More than a man, he is an event. For over a decade, he has moved in a sea of reporters and a horde of fans. When True Lies premiered, this tale of a tangoing, suave spy who masquerades as a computer salesman was broadcast live and around the world.
The icon of everyone, mother, father, boy, girl, woman, man, everybody loves him.
E.T.'s exclusive ticket to the post-premiere bash shows that Arnold even throws the biggest Hollywood parties. Sprawling over acres of Los Angeles, it throbbed with virtual reality games, breathtaking fun, even tango dancers. Show business insiders were buzzing that the price tag for this event hovered around the $1 million mark.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold's week culminated at the famed Chinese Theater, where so many fans turned out, police moved barricades to give more room. With the help of his wife, Maria Shriver, Arnold's imprints were preserved in concrete. This theater was the first Hollywood landmark that he saw some 25 years ago. That day, the Austrian-born bodybuilder searched among the footprints to find his heroes.
I remember kneeling down in front of John Wayne, which is, of course, which was my big idol and still is, and I put my hands on top of theirs, and I had my friend take pictures after pictures, and I still have those photographs around, and to then be asked to come here and to do something that so many other great stars have done, where you feel somewhat uncomfortable even to be in that same category, in that same league. It's really a great honor.
It is fitting that Arnold is immortalized in concrete in front of a theater. The National Association of Theater Owners named him International Star of the Decade in 1993.
Now, when you can put the fans in the seats, a hefty paycheck goes with the territory. For Arnold, for True Lies, it's an estimated $15 million. For that money, Arnold handles everything that shoots, explodes, or flies. But he admitted to me that this movie almost did him in.
Action, action.
At age 46, Arnold Schwarzenegger still pushes himself to the limit. When we talked about True Lies, he told me he did most of his own stunts. This horseback chase nearly ended his career.
Press the button for the top floor, please.
I almost got killed because we were on top of the roof with the horse, and there was no railing there, and the horse somehow freaked out, and it backed up, and one of the hoofs of the horse was hanging off the roof.
No.
Yes, and I mean, even if we would have made one other step, I would have been gone. That I know for sure. And then the stunt.
Kidding, are you?
No, it's the truth. Then the stunt guys jumped at the horse at the reins and pulled the horse back, and it was a drop, I would say, of around at least 30 feet. It would have been the drop. And then you're dead with the horse on top of you. You can forget about that.
True Lies is a non-stop spectacle directed by James Cameron of Terminator 2 fame. Arnold and his big-screen wife, Jamie Lee Curtis, sidekick Tom Arnold, and temptress Tia Carrere are surrounded by action. But as our special E.T. footage reveals, Arnold is always at ease.
What you have to do is... Whoa!
That was some kiss.
I think we can do better. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, we can always do better.
I think this is one of those things.
$25, I'll let you do it again.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Now, I've been interviewing Arnold for about 10 years through a lot of bad hair days. What was I thinking? One thing has never changed, though, his determination. Whether bouncing back from last year's Last Action Hero or basking in success, Arnold never quits.
It's easy to see in the beginning what would have motivated you. I mean, to get this, I mean, this would have been the motivation, the life that you have. The status, the power, the money, the family, the fame, all of it. What motivates you now?
Well, I think that, you know, I did a movie one time called Stay Hungry, as you know, and I think that the reason why I did that was because I believe in that philosophy. I believe in staying hungry. I think that it's a very, very special philosophy because you don't sit back and enjoy the things that you've done in the past, but you always look for new challenges, and that is exciting to me.
Around the world, Arnold's greatest hit, Terminator 2, earned almost $500 million. And True Lies is another high-stakes Hollywood gamble. Arnold and T2 director James Cameron are together again in a production that reportedly cost $100 million plus. But as they like to say in Hollywood, every penny is right there on the screen.
And action, action!
He is respected in Hollywood as an action movie genius. Writer-director James Cameron's wild imagination is vividly displayed in every frame of True Lies, which took 7 months to shoot all across the country. And only Entertainment Tonight has the exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of how it was done.
We started in Los Angeles, then we went to Washington, D.C., then from there we went to Miami. From Miami we went out to Key West and various places in the Florida Keys. And when we were done blowing all that up, we came back to Los Angeles for a while. Then we went to Rhode Island, and we came back to Los Angeles. And then we went up to the Colorado Rockies to shoot a snow sequence. And then we came back to Los Angeles. We always, return home when we're done sort of destroying other states in the Union.
Although Cameron uses stunt people in the more extreme action scenes, True Lies is impressive because the stars themselves perform the most amazing feats, like Arnold Schwarzenegger hanging off the edge of a building.
I generally find that actors are so enthusiastic about doing the things that their characters are supposed to be doing that I usually have to hold them back, as opposed to push them or goad them into a situation that might be potentially dangerous.
It's just another action movie.
In one sequence, Cameron used both a stunt double and Jamie Lee Curtis for a rescue scene out of a burning limo.
Jamie put on a body harness and we hooked her up by a cable to the skid of the helicopter, so she wasn't actually dangling by her hand. I hate to do this because, you really want to believe the magic, but it's such a special shot, and she did do it herself.
In Miami, Cameron rented the top floors and the roof of an occupied high-rise building.
It's exactly what these building owners don't like, short occupancy, and the tenant wants to make a lot of changes, like put a 46-foot long airplane on the roof of the building. And by the way, that huge 120-foot construction crane wasn't there either. We put that up as well.
And bring the plane to life, and action!
Some of the film's most impressive scenes involve the Marine Corps Harrier jets. When a squadron of them blows up a bridge in the Florida Keys, the footage is amazing, and Cameron says seeing is believing.
It's all real. Of course it's real. We really did everything in the whole movie.
Cut!
Cutting!
That was good.
Now,
In True Lies, director James Cameron had to put Jamie Lee through all the stunts. Now she is a macho babe on film, and she's got a passion for the action.
It was cool.
It was very cool.
It was very cool. It was the cool. In fact, the helicopter sequence, I always knew would be scary but exhilarating.
You weren't flipped out, not for a minute,
Not
did
for
you
a
think,
minute.
I've lost it?
Not doing that. I was a little afraid being in the limousine, actually careening down the highway, because the bridge actually did have a big gap. It wasn't special effects like in Speed. I'm sorry. Damn it.
While Jamie Lee is a little choked up about her stunt work, one thing was harder for her to do, a very hot strip scene. In fact, the scene is so sexy, the film company won't release it for TV. When they shot the scene, all eyes were on Jamie Lee.
Was I aware that I was going to be looked at? Yeah, so I dieted, I mean, I did what anybody would do if they were going to dance around in a G-string and a bra in front of 50 men for 4 days in a row.
All those men drooling.
They weren't drooling. They just were standing there.
We can show you this sexy scene where Jamie Lee is supposed to look like a prostitute.
She thinks she looks good until she passes the mirror. And my favorite thing is when she comes back and looks and goes, oh, God, I don't look good.
Took care of that, though.
Yes, I did.